Hello everyone, SpeeDMan here. Welcome to this episode of the Age of Abundance. So we're going to do a couple things in this particular episode. First thing is going to be working on a few wonders. We have a couple of main ones worked on right now, and then we've got some more on the way that we're going to be working on later on. We do have the potential to, this episode, go for national parks, because with conservation, this gives us two really useful things. First is, of course, the envoys, which are always nice. But it's also the fact that we can actually set up naturalists and start working our appeal. Okay, so we have 5 alliances. That's good. Going to give us a nice overall amount of yields. We do have quite a bit of this area that we want to explore. I want to see if there's potentially another city-state there. It's unfortunate that Spy has been captured. That kind of sucks, because that puts us in a bit of a constricted position there. I could have used that gold, so it's unfortunate that didn't work. We met Mohenjo-Daro and Amsterdam. Okay, so that's 2 more that we didn't even know about. See, that's why I'm kind of glad I didn't change any of my cards, because if I took that out, that means I wouldn't be able to do this. Like that. Instantly gives me 4 more envoys total, and puts me in a position where I can work on this. Mohenjo-Daro, definitely not a bad one. Amsterdam's okay. It's alright. It's not great, but it could be useful. But Mohenjo-Daro is definitely a good one to have. We are a little bit away from getting some more envoys. We'll get a couple here, and then 3 more in 5 turns. So positionally, it's not looking too bad. What we do want to do is continue working on Chichen Itza and Forbidden City, so that way we can try to target potentially getting Filippo Brunelleschi, and we'll plug 1 charge into each. Holy Site seems to be a pretty good one. Getting more faith output is going to help our overall culture output. The more we get our culture output boosted, that's going to be a good way for us to kind of further get our religion and empire moving along. Yeah, I'm going to go directly over here and then plug our religion heavily into that. That's going to be a good way for us to really push our religious pressure out. So that works. Forbidden City, fantastic one. It's going to give us not only 5 culture, which at a base level is going to help us a lot. It's more importantly going to be giving us that wildcard slot. Chichen Itza giving us 2 more culture and 1 more production for every single rainforest tile. We have a total of, I believe I counted 8 or 9. So that's going to be a pretty significant boost to our empire. So that's another important bonus for us. All right, we can get this city up and running. That is good. First things first, what we want to do is get a harbor started. That'll help us get our coastal yields kind of moving along as well. We do also want to eventually, next turn, we'll put on the builder card. We'll try to buy a couple builders. I do want to get a couple infrastructural changes done, and eventually kind of just improve this region down south a little bit as well. Because we do have conservation available, we can get started on getting this moving along. So that'll be a good option for us. Let's go ahead and get this upgraded, because we want to go ahead and prepare this. You can see that the damage we could do against the walls, you know, it's a little sliver there. But once we get this in so many turns, that is going to level us up pretty significantly. So we will go here, improve that as well. We'll see that the appeal now, instead of just having 1 tile that's really good, that's going to give us 2 tiles that are going to be at the breathtaking level. So eventually when we buy our first national park, or get our national park up and running, that'll be a really good way for us to get more natural tourism going. That's going to help us a lot. So definitely want to keep working on that. Let's get these up and running. I do want to go ahead and get a couple fishing boats in that northern city. That'll be a good way for us to get some value out of this region as well. So let's first get started here. Ah, that's right. So because this is base game, so this is an unfortunate part of me being a bit rusty on the base game, is that I did not remember that you can only build lumber mills on woods tiles, whereas later on in the other expansions, they made it to where after you unlocked some specific stuff, you could actually build them in rainforest. So I thought I could build one in the rainforest. Here I cannot. So that's good to know. That's good to know. That actually limits my options a little bit, unfortunately. Honestly, taking these 2 cities could work, because what I could do is expand as I go, and eventually get like some land units over here, and I could work that. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. It's an expensive buy, but it's not a bad buy, though. Now let's go ahead and renew that friendship. He doesn't want to be friends. That's cool. Don't really care too much. Let's go ahead and while we're at it, though, let's see here. We can use the faith to spread our religion a little bit more as well. That is an option. I do kind of like that. Because then, as we attack this more, we can continue working this down, and that'll be good. Let's take this to a city that really needs the growth. Like, really needs that extra production growth. So, like, something like a small city there could use that a little bit. So I could go back there and improve the city. That's going to help us get moving along a little bit. Vilnius, set a trade route. Not really too interested in that, so not too worried. We'll do bombardment. Yeah, we can see we do even more more damage. You see that +7 on the right there? That puts us at 79, so that does a lot more damage output. So that promotion is super, super beneficial for us. I'm not going to have this unit come up. I do not need them losing health because it's not going to benefit us to just blatantly attack like that with no real like direction. No benefits on those ones. That's okay. We are available to get another potential population here, so I am going to go ahead and while we're at it, we are going to get that going as well. So let's first start with the Acropolis, and then we can also get another trade route eventually set up with that city. So next turn, I'll buy a trade route from Rhodes.
The Great Ball Court is also very impressive.
So this is a big one for us. So look at all the tiles here that have potential for really good yields. We'll do this and this. These tiles now, this region here has significantly better production and significantly better culture yields. So we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 18 culture, and that's 9 more production in the city. So this city here, if we click off of it, go back on it. It says 23, but it's actually going to be much more than that. I'll go here and do a chop. That's going to actually make us very, very close to getting this. So then what we could do is we will go into this. We'll place that and just get it started. And then we will then finish first the Forbidden City to get us another wildcard slot that is going to be a big benefit for us. So we will do that. And then we have some other stuff on the agenda as well. So we're now at 315 culture output now. We are really moving along. And now we are just going to be in a good spot. So let's keep on working on that. And next turn, I can afford to trade it. That's fine. That's fine. This city is now going to have a little bit of production to work with, so that's not too bad. We will go into that, and then we will also, while we are at it, we are going to do the amphitheater. There. That city has no walls left. The walls are now destroyed in that city, so there's no chance that city is going to be able to repair itself quickly, and it doesn't have the infrastructure like a lot of a military push or anything like that to be able to get moving along. It also lost a lot of combat strength. It lost 16 combat strength as soon as it took its unit out and put it over into the open waters, which I'm not really sure why the AI did that, but that is free real estate for me, so I will happily go for that. We are 8 turns away from democracy, so this is going to be a very, very good one for us. That is going to be a good way for us to really get a lot of those other cards for us to get moving along. Let's go into gain sources. Gaining sources, that's always the first thing you want to be doing. It's a safe, reliable option for you in any particular game scenario. There we go. That's the first city taken right here. Not a problem with us. We will go ahead and keep city, of course. That also allows us to start pushing our religion potentially. So let's see, does he have... He doesn't have a holy site. Okay, so I need to work on population. So let's get started on that. This does actually help us though. He's got a fully built theater square. I need to know, has this been built on? It was built on a hill. That is perfect, because if it was not built on a hill, I think it would actually get rid of it. I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I would need to test it. but that's good information for us to know that he does have that already built there. So got a couple envoys here, so let's go ahead and think about where we could plug them into. Honestly, I'm gonna hold on to them. Actually, we have enough to take that back. I'll do that. Just under 340 per turn. That's insane right now. That's super, super huge. Naturalist is 1600, so it is a lot of, I mean, a lot of faith. So that's why I'm waiting a while, because getting a naturalist here would be excellent. That would be a great source of potential tourism income. So let's see here. While we're at it, let's go ahead and work on, so that's happening pretty quickly, so that's fine. Let's do this. That's going to give us even more gold and a nice boost to culture output as well. And then let's see here, that's going to take a while, so we'll let that kind of do its thing naturally as well, so not a problem. And we'll do that. That'll get the city even more moving along. Let's go ahead and get that moving along. Honestly, getting that would be a good way for us to boost our potential output here. And while we're at it, we do have the option to get some stuff going. So first things first, let's go ahead and get that placed. That way it's started. We will, of course, be doing Hagia Sophia first. We do want to consider eventually finally getting around to building this. So I would say right here, this would be a good spot for us to go and build an industrial zone. It's only going to take 7 turns. So that industrial zone right there is going to be very, very good for us. So that's now placed. Hagia Sophia, we are going to just basically hard focus on that. This is definitely going to help us a lot, though. The extra 3 production and all of our city centers that are within six tiles of this. So that is this city right here, this city, and that city right there. So it's a nice 4-city range. And as we build more factories, that'll eventually expand. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's another city in range. So each of our 3, the way I placed these is specifically so that way they could be in range of everything. So this works really well. That industrial zone is going to cover the southern region very well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's good. So this whole region basically is all good to go. We survived. Excellent. So there goes your walls, and there goes your city. Great. So we've got another city available to us. That is good. What we need to do, though, is now at this stage kind of consider some options. I could either do one of 2 things with our faith. I could go ahead and buy another apostle, or I could take a missionary and just do some conversions here. That would actually benefit us a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, actually, because by the time I do that... Actually, I'll wait. I'll wait a moment, because what I could do is I'm going to be getting Hagia Sophia anyways in about 6 turns. Once I get that factory, that's going to shape into that timeline a little bit as well. So this is good. Our science is looking good. We're just under 100 science per turn, so that's not bad. This is good. This city is now in a good position for us to grow, and this unit here is ready for a promotion soon. So I'm going to go ahead and just rest and repair for a little bit. Same thing with this unit. I'm going to go ahead and just rest and repair. Kind of heal us up a little bit so that way we're in a little bit of a better position. Do a ranged attack. Get rid of that right away. That way he cannot pillage any of our stuff. That's very good, though. That gives us a massive boost to our culture output again. So we're now at 35%. That puts us up from like 95. Like you can see here now on the bottom of that, 120.5. So that is a very, very nice bonus. Like another additional 25 culture output is very huge. We have flight. So this has major implications for the push for the tourism victory. You can see our tourism output is very, very solid. We're going to now kind of make efforts to push directly into that. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let's see, that's an attack here. This is going to hurt, but that's going to get us close to a promotion.
The real use of gunpowder, NASA spent millions of dollars inventing the ballpoint.
That's not bad, but we're not going to be able to use those ones yet. We have a lot of the, so we have the cards, but by getting the cards early, that's allowing us to get a lot of other things built up to that point. It's just allowing us to basically expand and push much faster. So it's a good thing for us. Let's go ahead and Let's get rid of that. That is going to help us with regards to overall potential damage that could be done against us, so I'm happy to do that. Good, so next turn, that city is going to lose its walls, and it's also going to lose a very significant amount of health, which means then we can make our way over here. So I'm actually going to go ahead, and I don't mind taking some damage, because it's not going to be too much damage to that unit. And I attacked that instead. That's fine. There we go. So now we have pretty much all the cities we want on this side of the map. Now we can actually start moving to the east. So we're going to go ahead and make peace. There. And now that we own these cities, we can actually start growing. We'll actually see that these cities can start growing. We can start pushing our religion even more. So this is a big bonus for us. This is going to help us a lot. Let's see here. This city is going to need a lot of work to get fixed back up. So we want to go ahead and do this. We'll go into this. Let's focus on food output for now. Let's try to get population. If we can try to get population, we could potentially build another holy site or so and use that as a means to kind of get us moving along. So for the moment, what we could do is, let's see here. We could take this off, put this up, and then put that on there. And that's going to put us up to 640 culture per turn. And now we're going to focus on globalization. And then the rest of all this is going to start falling into place. So with this episode, we have made some excellent progress. I would definitely say that we should be able to finish things off next episode. In terms of positions, we have some good things done. We have more wonders worked on. We are close to getting quite a few more of these done, which is great. We should also be in a good position to exert more of the cultural output. There we go. Yeah, so we need to get a good bit more tourism, but we are very much on the way there. If you enjoyed watching this episode, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. SpeeDMan out.